right, our final segment, we're going to have 5 minutes for a closing statement. Please include what question you wish we would have asked you and what we can do to get you guys elected.
I wish somebody would ask me, where are you from, Gary Rabine? Because it's right here. It's my home. Okay, so what question? Hey, you know what? I didn't get it in. I got to get this in. But you know what? I had a great victory that happened on January 14th. Anybody know about that? The great victory. We won. We won the U.S. Supreme Court against Biden. When he put the vaccine mandate in place, part of our organization I mentioned I started 12 years ago, Job Creators Network. I went to our CEO. Him and I had a conversation about this. We were really bothered. We knew this was unconstitutional. We wanted to go after it. And so guess what? We talked to many lawyers, many law firms. We decided on a law firm. We then found a few other CEOs from across the country. We talked to many CEOs to try and join us as plaintiffs on this case. We found 5 others, all right? About three and a half month battle. We ended up in the U.S. Supreme Court after losing at the Circuit Court, Sixth Circuit Court. We appealed it, and Judge Kavanaugh took it to the U.S. Supreme Court. On January 14th, for over 80 million working Americans, we freed them of the responsibility of having to take a vaccine that's not really a vaccine, right? An experimental shot. So it was a great victory. I got to tell you, I will do this the rest of my life. I'll fight for freedom at every turn, always. My goal is to do it as your governor. But no matter what, I'll do it the rest of my life. My wife was with me for 35 years of marriage. My wife was the most courageous, strongest person I'll ever know in my life. She passed away, and when she passed away, her worst years of her life, the biggest battles of her life, she never had fear, ever. Why? Because she believed in this guy right here. She knew there's a plan. She knew that this was part of the plan. She knew that the hundreds of people that were praying for her were getting closer to her God, my God, our God, right? And so here, what did that give me? It gave me more confidence and courage than I'll ever have in the rest of my life. I'll never fear anything. And again, if we've got this guy on our side, who's against us? Nobody, right? Okay, so that's who I am. I got to tell you, we've got a great farmer here, and if you want a farmer as our governor, he's the guy, right? We've got a guy that could win any man's beauty contest in Jesse Sullivan. This guy can win any. He's kind of cute, I know. Okay, we've got the strongest. My voice is going. We've got the strongest Democrat ever in the history of a Republican primary. So if you want a Democrat, boy, we got Democrat Dick. All right, if you want him, we got him. All right. But I got to tell you, if you want somebody that's been in business for a long time that understands how to turn around economic nightmares, we've got the biggest one in the history of the country. I'm prepared to take this on. I've hired the best economic team in the country's history. They're my guys. They're your guys, okay? And we're going to change this. We're going to turn the state around. And again, it's those two things. We all agree. We're all great people here. We all agree that we've got to fix our crime problem, and it can be done very fast. We all understand that we got to stop the indoctrination of our kids in our schools. No brainer. It's got to stop, right? My nephew right here is a champion. He will never be told because he's black that he's a victim, right? Will you? Never, or I'll kick your ass, right? Right? And again, I'm confident of this. I can turn our state around with great economic plan, and that's reducing our regulatory environment so that businesses in Illinois love being in Illinois. I can turn our tax issue around by lowering our property taxes and restructuring our pension like we know we have to do that, and a lot of other things, but take it to 1% and we're the average of the country. When we're the average of the country, in the greatest location, in the middle of the greatest country in the world, our property values will thrive. We'll all thrive. Those two things, economically, we do those things, we're going to be in great shape, okay? So that's who I am, and we need a governor that can do these things. It's time for that. What time is it? Yes! 43 seconds. Hey, 40 seconds left. I'm going to give it to my buddy here. Okay? You got an extra 40 seconds.
Thank you, Gary. But I think he's the pretty boy. He's going to win the male contest he's talking about. He's actually, I think you're more handsome than Jesse. Gary's a great guy. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say thank you. I'm not going to take 5 minutes. Out of respect for you and the rain, I stand here humble. I am truly, truly humble. I thank God for me. I thank God for you. I thank God for this great nation. I thank God for this great state. As I've always said, when evil shows up, the worst thing for great men and women of God to do is to keep quiet. The worst thing is to keep quiet in the face of evil. When we do nothing, evil succeeds. Let us rise up together. You ask, what can we do to get us elected? The truth is, any one of us, any one of the 5 of us, not the 6th person, any one of us 5 will be a great governor, and that's the truth. Please go out, turn out the vote, 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 vote. Let us turn Illinois red. Let us turn Cook County red. Let us get this state working again. I thank you. May God bless you. May God honor you. And please don't get sick. Thank you. God bless you.
So, Max, I just want to set the record clear. Are you suggesting that everybody vote 3 times? You probably do that in Illinois, unfortunately. Friends, it is an honor to stand here before you. I can tell you that our biggest problem in Illinois is the simple fact that we spend more than we bring in. We have not had a balanced budget in over 30 years. We continue to borrow our way to prosperity. And number 1, that doesn't work. And number 2, we're headed to some dangerous waters because we have hyperinflation coming our way. So we're going to need a governor who stands up, who won't back down, who communicates to the people, who tells you the truth, who comes up with solutions, and who brings people together. I've served 2 years in the House, served 2 years in the Senate. I stood for you when no one else would. Stuck my neck out on the line, sued Governor Pritzker, and won. I stood up against the mask mandate to the point of getting kicked out of the House. I stood for you, friends, and I won't stop. I got called off of the farm to run for this nasty thing called politics because I wanted to protect the future for my children and my grandchildren. And this has now turned into a journey for everyone in the state of Illinois. Just a few weeks ago, our youngest grandchild began to crawl, and he's actually pulling himself up and on the verge of walking. I don't know about you, but I want to see him run and flourish in this great state. And we can only do that when we elect people who will not cave into this system and will not waver. Pray for wisdom, stand up for truth, seek it out, and at the end of the day, I can assure you this fall, Illinois is going to do something amazing when we oust Governor Pritzker. We are going to be the catalyst for change to take this nation back even in 24. God bless you, and thank you so much.
Thank you all for bearing through this rain. I feel a little guilty undercover here, but I just hope, I apologize that Paul wasn't here, but I hope what you did learn was that on our ticket, you truly get a 2-for-1 with us. That I may not know all of the areas, but I do know a lot, and I have a great amount of experience, and you will find that in no other campaign, that no other lieutenant governor is here today to represent those that couldn't be. So hopefully you'll take that into consideration. The one question I wish I was asked, but is what we're running on. What we're running on are 3 things, which are parents' rights, which everyone else is saying as well. But we have solutions to back up our areas we're running on. As I mentioned, a new start for Illinois. Parents' rights is transparency and curriculum. Parents need to know what is going on in their schools and what's being taught. Our parenting should not stop at the school door when we drop our kids off. Secondly is it's parents, not the government, that should be making decisions for their children, both in education and in healthcare. And secondly is safety and security in our community. I mentioned the one about property tax. The other one we have is supporting our law enforcement. And one thing we can do is We have our law enforcement, first responders, and corrections officers would be treated as a protected class under Illinois hate crimes. And finally is restoring that trust in government I mentioned. Paul is the only one that has the experience on the Joint Commission on Administrative Rules. He truly understands the role of governor, and he understands that reining in those administrative agencies is really where things can get done, because it's those administrative offices that are making decisions like mandates or the curriculums in schools that needs to be reined in, and you need a government who first thing will be able to do that. And finally, with trusting and restoring trust, is we should end the predatory practice of taxing on tax. Right now, our motor fuel tax prices are so out of control. We're paying the price of gas, we're paying motor fuel tax, we're paying federal tax, and on top of all that, we're paying sales tax in the state of Illinois. We need to end that practice, and you really want to see a savings, we'll start seeing that savings right away. So we have a plan, we have the integrity, we have the experience, we have the solutions. We are the ones that are focusing on these issues because they're not just Republican issues, these are American values. And what we really need to do, and what you can do, is we need to unite the Republican Party. And Paul can do that with these issues, not only unite the Republican Party, but we can get crossover votes in the general election, because these are issues that affect everyone in the state of Illinois, not just Republicans. And we know in order to win in Illinois, you need to get the base Republicans, you need to get the moderate Republicans, and you need to get crossover votes. And we are the team that can do that for you. And we need, expanding on the corruption, we need to stop corruption here in the state of Illinois. And as I mentioned, in order to do that, we need to stop the same campaigns, the same people, maybe different candidates, but we need to stop electing those people that are continually backed by billionaires and millionaires that are funding those individuals that get rich off of those campaigns. And we need to elect good people with integrity and that you can trust. So again, I'm Carolyn Schofield, running for Lieutenant Governor with Paul Schimpf. We would really appreciate your support. Thank you so much.